watching WNN, zero-time Emmy Award-winning news broadcast station of the year, with anchorman Zachary Wild Turkey Gallegos. And his co-host, Manuel Larceny-Rada.
Welcome to Whiskey News Nation. Today, breaking news, we got in the 2024 holiday release, gift packages that you could buy for family or for friends.
That's right. It is a time of giving.
It is. So as we head into the holiday season, Kentucky distilleries are now launching new products that just might make the perfect gift. You might ask, who are those? Some of them vary. Castle Key is releasing their new cask strength. It's a wheated bourbon. King of Kentucky is releasing a 7th edition. And of course, Yellowstone Bourbon has also released its 2024 bourbon gift pack. Among these numerous expressions, there's also the Blackberry Farm Brewery, which is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in Blackberry Farm Brewery Oxheart stout barrels. The description: Blackberry Farm is preparing a premier destination of world-class hospitality, culinary, and brewery operations similar to Bardstone's own trailblazing approach to bourbon. It's a true collaboration. Blackberry Farm Brewery and Bardstown Company collaborated on a blend of 6 and 14-year-old bourbons. Then they finished them in their strong signature Oxheart stout barrel for an additional 17 months. This limited edition is going to be available exclusively in Kentucky and Tennessee, and is soon to raise some eyebrows on the sensory with its blend of 100% Kentucky bourbon. Tasting notes: dark chocolate, honey, toasted oak lead to a decadent palette of mocha and cinnamon. Now this comes in at 107 proof with a $159.99 MSRP.
All right. On other news, Blade & Bow releases their 22-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Blade & Bow has released the ultra premium 22-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. The highlight, sought after iconic American bourbon is aged and bottled at its historic Sitstall and Weller distillery in Louisville. That's in Louisville. Each year, Blade & Bow's 22-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon is released to pay homage to the craftsmanship, history, and tradition of Sitstall Weller Distillery. Bourbon has layered flavors, reminiscent of a freshly baked apple pie, with undertones of fresh dough and apple, layered with caramelized sugar and honey-yard spices, bringing everything together in an American flavored profile.
Wow, that sounds fantastic.
It sounds really good.
Awesome.
Yes, it does.
All right, next on the list, we got Castle & Key's release of their cask strength wheated bourbon. Now, this one is unique that it's releasing its cask strength wheated bourbon, which has been aged 7 years, and it's a product of the distillery, of course, of Castle & Key. Blended from hand-selected barrels that were laid down with the inaugural year's production, the cask strength wheated bourbon is comprised of 73% corn, locally non-GMO white corn, 10% winter wheat, and of course 17% malted barley. And this comes in at 107 proof.
One more for 107.
One more for 107. Now these tasting notes include a little bit of orange zest, a little bit of peach brulee, pound cake, baked nutmeg, black pepper, mango. Wow, there's a lot of different flavors here. Of course, this MSRP comes in at around $65.
Nice. On further news, Maker's Mark releases Great of the Gate bottle. It is released in April. Maker's Mark Kentucky Bourbon unveiled the newest chapter in their long-standing partnership with the launch of Greats of the Gate, a 10-year commemorative bottle series celebrating thoroughbred racing, most iconic horses, featuring a different horse each year. Now Maker's Mark has released its Great of the Gate, bottled honoring the legendary racehorse Man o' War. All right, this is a limited edition bottle featuring the illustration of the Kentucky artist Tyler Robertson, which the 2024 artwork wrapping around the bottle in yellow and black, the racing colors for the Man of War. All right. Only 5,000 bottles will be available, and proceeds will benefit the Kentucky Harvest Arts Center of the Bluegrass Farms charity. And Kentucky Classic Arts, the bottle will be available at select Kentucky retailers for a suggested retail price of $149.99. Make sure you support that cause and get out there.
Second to last on our list, Woodford Reserve is releasing their 2024 Masters Collection. This one is, of course, released with a Madeira cask finish from Woodford Reserve whiskey that's finished with a blended wheat whiskey. Now, this one is introduced in 2006, and it is a foreign grain by its master distiller. It is also a tremendous way to celebrate the 20 years of the Masters Collection. Man alive, time flies. I can't believe it's been 20 years.
Already.
In 2007, Woodford Reserve was among the first bourbons to finish its bourbon in a wine cask. Now, this bottle is a true blend of 100% Kentucky bourbon, and its tasting notes are a little bit of dark chocolate, a little bit of honey, toasted oak, and of course, you can't forget about the clove and nutmeg. Suggested retail price is $179.99. It is on the steep end.
I agree. And last but not least, Yellowstone Bourbon releases its 2024 gift packs just in time for Christmas. The gift packs showcase 3 of its award-winning innovations from the Yellowstone Bourbon family: Yellowstone Select, Yellowstone Special Finishes Collection. Here's what to know about the featured bourbons. Yellowstone Select is a brand flagship Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It is a blend of 4 and 7-year bourbons bottled in 93 proof, features an aroma of rye spices with soft leather cherry flavored of smoked caramel with hints of vanilla and honey on its palate, and a smoke oak brown sugar finish. The Yellowstone Special Release Collection Toasted is also comprised of Yellowstone Selects with toasted oak staves. This 100 proof bourbon brings extra character, notes of toasted caramel, vanilla, hints and fall spices and cinnamon. On the nose are followed by a flavor of walnut, toffee, black tea, and white pepper with a crisp oak finish, featured cocoa and tobacco. Last but not least is the rum cast. Yellowstone Rum Cast is a second of Yellowstone's Special Finish Collection expression, finishing Yellowstone Select for 9 weeks in a rum cast barrel from Habana, Cuba. Imports noted of spices and tropical sweetness for a unique flavor profile bottled at 100 proof. Yellowstone Rum Cast features an aroma of gingerbread, poached pears, and fresh cut hay, notes of toasted marshmallows, creme brulee, toffee, toasted oaks on the palate, and a long honey finish with tobacco, cloves, and cocoa seasoned oak. This is going to wrap it up for us.
Well, there you have it. Now let's get on to our whiskey weather forecast. Well, that was an interesting weather forecast. You know, they've done studies, and 60% of the time they're right every time.
I agree.
All right, now on to what's next for bourbon. Bourbon is beginning to settle into a been there, done that period. Since the bourbon boom started about 50 years ago, producers have been looking for ways to stand out from the rest of the pack. Constant innovation and creative gimmicks can only last so long no matter the industry. At this point, it seems like every producer is offered either a single barrel, a double oaked, or a plethora of wine, wood, or different finishes.
I agree.
Plethora.
Yes, many. Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas? A what? A plethora. Oh, yes. You have a plethora. Jefe, what is a plethora? Why, guapo? Well, you told me I have a plethora. And I just would like to know if you know what a plethora is. I would not like to think that a person would tell someone he has a plethora and find out that that person has no idea what it means to have a plethora.
Forgive me, El Guapo. I know that I, Jefe, do not have your superior intellect and education.
Every time a company announces their new finished bourbon, I ask myself the question, how is this release any different than the hundreds of other releases that they've done this year? If we're not there yet, we're dangerously close to reaching a new plateau of consumer interest regarding bourbon's next finishing style.
I agree.
Well, on a side note, Manuel, are you still thinking about doing the golf tournament this weekend?
No. Too many people died last time, so no.
Oh, wow.
We are
Okay.
not. Yeah, too many
Interesting.
deaths.
Well, let's finish off with a side note. Do you purge a cigar? Do you know what that means, the term purging cigars?
I feel like we need a purge.
Okay, well, so
Okay.
the way that you purge a cigar is to relight a cigar that has lost its taste or its flavor due to the tar buildup on the cap.
Okay.
So it could be either a lit cigar or a cigar that has gone out, and I'll explain to you what I mean by that. So if you are typically puffing or taking in a cigar, your mouth, for a lack of better term, you're sucking, you're starting to explode the tobacco that is inside, that is filled with all that tar and chemicals.
Okay.
So what you do is you gently blow on the end cap to blow any of those residues out toward the front. Now, if the cigar is lit, then we'll want to dash off the front of that ash a little bit. If the cigar is not lit and it's a cold cigar, what you'll do is you'll typically cut back about a 1/4 inch behind the burn line, start fresh with the new cut, and then blow out the end and relight.
Oh, that's good to know.
All right, well, you heard it from us at WNN. We appreciate you guys taking the time to watch our news episode. Please hit that like and that subscribe, follow, turn that notification bell on.
I'm Manuel Larceny Rada, signing off with
Zachary Wild Turkey Gallegos. Until next time, catch you on the back nine.